Hello guys, it's Ign Hl04 back with another Splinterlands video. Today, as you can see, we are currently at our Earth Summoner, and we're just gonna take a look at all over the cards, what are important cards, what are not so important cards, which cards do I own. I'm gonna show you this in the end of the video, and I just wanted to make sure that if you like this type of content, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment down below which splinters you want to see next, or if I should also review alpha, beta, promo, reward, untamed, and dice cards. So first of all, let's see which are the new reward cards. So let's just go all cards there, and we're gonna take a look at them. Like, first of all, there's the Mercenaries, and the Vampire Bats, and the Blossom, Seedsmith, and the Bulka. I do own all of them. I do own all of them max level, but I don't have them on this account. And that's the only case where I say they're cheap, but I don't think the Blossom is such a necessary card. So it's not that big of a deal. Then there's the Bulka, it's very strong. The Mercenary is one of my favorite cards in the game currently. Unfortunately, I don't like to play Earth because I don't like to play magic spam, and the bats are just amazing with the new dragon summoner. That's why I have them max leveled. Then let's look at Chaos Legion and Rift Watchers. So first let's go to the mob fight. This card is like every other card. I would recommend playing him at a gold for the copy level 1. This is maybe one of the cards you could level up, but I don't think it's just not worth it. But if you have the chance, just play him in gold. Then there's the Venar Knifer. That card is really an interesting concept. I do like this card. I have a gold foil max copy of him that I'm renting out currently. And personally, I like the Thorns ability, especially in the lower levels. When you pair it up with Queen Missilia, it's pretty strong. So just consider playing him in the low levels. Just consider him playing in the low levels. And if you really want him, the levels that you should get is for bronze is level 3. For silver you can stay at level 3 because you don't get more attack or speed, you're only getting a little bit of health, and this card is also not very tanky even with 8 health, so it doesn't help you a lot. Then in gold I would recommend at least level 6, but level 8 would be much better because it gets some extra speed there. And then in diamond, of course, max level. So, but this card is not mandatory. Then there's a card I really like a lot. There's the Scout. It's a very good opportunity attacker, especially in the late levels, also gets dodged, so it's hard to hit. If you're using a blind 2, this card is a well-rounded sneak opportunity monster. Cards I personally would recommend at least. If you're bronze, you can stay at level 1. Silver would be like level 4 would be the breaking point. And then at gold, it's enough to have him level 6. You don't need him higher. If you play in diamond, of course, max level because of that extra attack. But I really like this card. I'm playing it from time to time if I'm using my Earth Summoner. Then there's the Hill Giant. It's one of the best low mana tanks for Earth. I really like, you need him level 3 at least. For bronze, silver, you could get him level 4 if you need the extra speed. And in the later levels, the stun is gonna help you tremendously. But personally, it's a good card. But as I said, I don't like Earth anyways, so I'm hardly using them. Then there's the Goblin Psychic. this is one of my most favorite cards, actually. Not even only in Earth, in the whole game. It's going to get, especially with the silence and the affliction, it's really strong. I really like this card, and personally, you could in bronze you don't need a leveled up copy. In silver, a level 4 would be nice, and then in gold, a level 7 would be nice. And I'm trying to going for a max level copy because it's just a decent support card with high damage. So then we've got the Bumbled Pixie, a new Rift Watchers card. This card for me, I think it's pretty strong, especially in the higher levels, with the tank heal in like Earth rule sets. This card will help a lot, and in Earthquake and in Poison rule sets because it's gonna tank heal always for 2. So it's pretty nice. It's a good secondary tank, and I think it's decent, but currently it's too expensive. Like it costs $19, and I wouldn't buy it for 19 cents. Sorry. Then there's the Lichen Beast. I don't like this card. It has a boring concept. It hasn't gotten face anymore. It's just a random enraged monster, and you don't really need him because you aren't able to boost your melee attack a lot in Earth. You're not having a lot of speed boosts in Earth. It's just you don't actually need this card. It's really useless. You have better option out there. Like if you want a decent tank, just go with the Hill Giant or the Vinari Viper. Actually, both of them are a lot cheaper. Then there are also like some neutral tanks out there, like the Monk and the the Alvar. So you really don't need this card. I think it would have been a better concept. Then there's the Slipspawn. This card is a very good tank because it has Force Field at level 4. I would recommend upgrading it all the time if you have the budget for it to the max level, because it always gets like here it gets Force Field, then it's able to get the extra attack. And for me, I really like this card. This card is an amazing tank, especially when you pair it up with Queen Missilia and Spirit Hornet and you have a double triage. It's gonna take a lot of hits to take him down because of the force field, so this card is really worth the money. Then the Regal Payton. I think a lot of you guys know this card because it's heavily played in bronze and silver. Breaking points are as normal level 3, and then you actually don't really need to upgrade it because it only gets the next attack at the max level. I personally am not using any of these earth monsters because I don't like playing magic spam, and I think it doesn't take any skill to use the tactic, and it's not very. You don't have high chances of winning in the higher levels. You're better off if you play a mixture of skill and luck, and not only magic. But I think this card is strong. Then there's the Goblin Tower. The Goblin Tower is a really strong reverse speed card with a lot of attack and blast damage. It's gonna help you building demolishing those shields if you get it up to silver if it hits. So it's gonna hit, and the secondary monster is gonna get 2 blast damage. And I like this card. The only downside of it is that it's so slow, and that's why I'm not really using it a ton. Then there's the Infantry, and this card I like a lot. Due to the fact it has shield, it has a lot of health, it's a lot of armor, it gets Giant Killer and Enrage, so you're really good to go if you play this card. Like in silver, just go with him level 3, you will be fine. In gold, I would recommend level 5, level 6, I'm sorry, because of the extra attack. But this card is just, in certain situations, it can help winning big, really big. Like, especially with the Giant Killer and the new all of the Giants of Rift Watchers, this card is gonna destroy them immediately. It's doing 8 damage, and then if enraged, it's doing 16 damage or something, and it's just amazing. Really thumbs up for this. Then, also one of the cards I really appreciated, because I rented a max level life deck, and what stood out to me is the triage. It's the high mana triage with the stun and the big damage. So with Perfect Missilia Infantry, where you're getting the taunt in the back, then you're gonna play a double triage with him and the Queen Missilia that's getting rid of all of the shield, also too with Rust. And with the high amount of damage this card does, it's just a win for me. I just like it. Especially you can play it at level 5 in gold and you're good to go. I really, if you have the money for it, I think it costs about 50 cents. Okay, it has gone up in price. If you have the money, just try thinking of investing in such a card. I think it's, personally for me, it's worth the money in gold and above because it gets the triage. So then there's the Suicide Shaman. And I know a lot of you guys don't like the recharge ability, but hear me out. This card isn't only getting recharge, but also Giant Killer. And the other thing is, this card is going to get buffed from Obsidian. So it's doing 9 damage a turn if he's not going to hit shield. And I like it a lot because there are all a lot of mana battles where all of the monsters have the same amount of health. And then there's an recharge monster that's gonna help you a lot. It's really gonna help you a ton. Especially with Giant Killer, then you have Rust and you counter a Grandmaster Wraith immediately. So why not try to invest in this one? It's also one of the cheapest cards in Rift Watchers. I think it costs 30 cents. Yeah. So just buy it if you're playing in bronze or silver, just buy one PCX of it and try using him. Try building it in different battle sets, especially when they're even, like when every monster has the same amount of health, then this card is really strong and really good for using, because with 9 damage you're nearly obliterating one card. And that's why I think it's gonna be strong in the future if more people acknowledge that recharge is also good for something. Then there's the Grunt. It was one of the most expensive epics in Rift Watcher, in Chaos Legion. And you know why? It's because of the double strike. The double strike is amazing in bronze and silver and gold. You just need to focus the damage on another card, and then this card is gonna do some work there. It doesn't matter which level you play them, just try to use him at the highest level you can. I think it's $2 a card or 180 or something. 218, wow, it has gone up. Last time I checked it was like 180 or something. I think all of the prices have gone up because of the Splinterfest. So in silver you just try to buy him level 3s. In bronze you're good to go with a level 1 copy. And just try to building it out your deck with cards like this, because those are just amazing. Then let's go with the Hunter Jacks. I don't have much love for this card, I'm pretty sorry. Now with Further it maybe get a little bit more play, but I just don't think that the Snipe and True Strike abilities are that amazing. It has a lot of damage for 6 mana. It isn't very expensive, it's 50 cents, but I don't think it's the best card out there, and I think there are other possibilities that are worth more. And you could invest your money otherwise in other splinters. AC Tutor, for example, is a card I really like. It's really, especially in the higher levels when it gets cripple and poison, I really appreciated this card. In low mana battles, I like it a lot. It's gonna get strong. You don't need even have it on your radar, but in Diamond, this card is played a lot. Diamond and above, I'm sorry. So I'm running in this card from time to time a lot more than I'm running into it in Bronze and Silver. And that's why I really appreciated this card and think it would be a nice thing to have in your arsenal. Just if you're wanted playing Diamond. Then there's the big boy of Earth and also one of the most expensive cards from Chaos Legion, the Queen Missilia. It is the same, it has the same concept as the, what's it called? Binary Heatsmith, but like when there were beta cards, you could play the Heatsmith with a level 1, I don't know what it's called, it's also boosting the damage, it's Alric, and then you have 22 +2 armor and you're only doing magic spam. And that's what she's able to do too. You're getting the armor, you're getting the triage for some extra backline heal, you're getting amplify if you're playing Thorns or Magic Reflect in the front. I think it doesn't have, oh, it also got Return Fire, so it's just an amazing support card. It costs from $10 to $12. Yeah. Always about this point, and I'm really considering, even though I'm not playing Earth, I'm considering upgrading it to the max level because I think it's that amazing. And also the artwork, I really like the artwork a lot. But this card, just buy and 1 BCX of him and you will be fine in whole Bronze, and you will be able to get up to Silver if you have a little bit of support cards in the Earth section. Then there's the Fungus Fiend. Personally, I would recommend getting one of them, just only one copy. You don't even need a level 4 in Diamond because they're expensive and you don't have the budget for a max level deck. Just go for a level 1 copy. Then there's Isa, and personally I don't know where this card is getting so much hate. It's doing 3 archery for 4 mana, it's doing 2 in Bronze. I know why it's not getting a lot of love in Bronze, because only doing 1 damage and you don't want to play a card like this in Bronze. But in Silver and above, this card should get a little bit more love for what it does, because first of all it gets stun, then we have Fernhard, so it can use that frontline tank. It's only worth $2, yeah, $2.50. It's not really a lot, but personally I think it's pretty strong and I really like it. And I think you're able to get some good amount of health and damage out there, especially with stun. So I don't know why it's so hated and loved. And then we're gonna get with the newest card, the Runemancer of Floor. This card is, I don't know what to think about it currently, because it really has a high amount of mana, but it's also doing high amounts of damage, like 7, 6, 5 and 4. But I don't know what to think about it. You can boost it up with Fernhard or with Obsidian, but I don't know if this is strong or not, and if I want it or if I don't want it. But what I wanted to tell you, I would buy it for $5 to $6, but not for $14 a piece. It's more expensive than the Queen Missilia, and I think the Queen Missilia is better than the Floor. So, yeah. Okay, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, I've forgot something. I wanted to show you which cards I own at which level. So that's what I own. Also, let's go with gold foils. Let's go to owned and also reward cards. I haven't bought any of the new Riftwatcher cards for life yet. I have a max level gold deck. I have a Infantry slip spawn, level 4 in gold. Gold Knifer, gold Scout, regular Knifer, regular Scout, gold Bandit, regular Bandit. And of course I got a max gold bat and a regular bat on my alt account and also a gold grunt. So that's my Earth deck. I would like to know your comments about my Earth deck. These are the cards I rented out because I wanted some extra rental income because I'm not using it a lot because I don't know why, but I just don't like it. And yeah, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe. And I wish you an amazing rest of the day. And all of the guys who are at Splinterfest, I wish you much fun there. Bye.